currently Thursday, December 10th, and it is 4:52 in the morning. Just woke up, weighed myself, weighed in at 209.1. I'm about to go do 4 miles. That's what this morning's run is going to be. And it will be done on the treadmill. I will not be running outside because it is dark. And Cassie does not like me running in the dark. So you've got to respect your wife's wishes. But before I go out and run, I'm going to be sipping on my pre-run cocktail, which is basically just a scoop of Ultra-Formance, 24 grams of carbs. And then I ran out of N.Y.A.D, so I'm using some Project One, which has a little bit of caffeine in it. I didn't do the full scoop because that's like 350 milligrams. I don't need that much caffeine right now. So I'm going to sip on this, do my stretching morning stretch routine, and then I will be reading while I stretch to get loosened up to try and make this run feel as easy as possible, if that's possible. On Sunday I had a long run. I ran 13.1 miles. I think I did it in 2 hours and 2 minutes, so it's actually 10 minutes faster than what I've done my previous marathon or half marathon. Now granted, it was on the treadmill. I've been running inside just because it's a lot smoother, or feels a lot better on my joints, my back, and all that stuff. However, I do know there's a big difference of running on a treadmill and running outside. So on the weekends when I'm able to wake up a little bit later, those are the days that I'll probably start running outside, just to get used to some road miles. I'm gonna be honest, right now I'm really tired and I don't want to go do this run, which, if I'm being honest, that's how a lot of my mornings are when I wake up. My alarm clock goes off about 4:30, depending on the day. Like tomorrow it will go off at 4 because I have to run a little bit more miles in the morning. But I would say 90% of the times when my alarm goes off and I come in here, I change and I sit down, I really just want to go back to bed and I don't want to do this workout. But I know that usually about 10 minutes in, if that, I'm glad that I made the decision to actually work out. And then when I'm done with the workout, I feel amazing. I feel glad that I actually did it. It's like a check on my box of what my goal is, what I'm training for, whatever. So that's like the hardest part is usually like the initial wake up. And then the 30 minutes of like reading, sipping on my pre-workout, that's when I'm like, I don't want to work out, or I don't want to run, or I don't want to do any of that. I get those same thoughts, don't worry. But I know, for instance, if I don't do this, and then I go to work, when I'm at work, I'm going to feel terrible. And then when the day's done, I'm going to know that I didn't do exactly what I said I was going to do. And that's something that messes me up. So I always just try to push through, at least do something. But I've noticed with running in the morning, once I get moving and I'm actually doing it, and like I said, I've been just watching Marvel movies when I run. So like today I'm in the middle of the second Thor, so I'll start watching that, and once I put that on, it's pretty easy to just kind of get lost and zone out while I'm running. So something to look forward to. But if you feel like that, don't feel like you're alone. There's definitely stages of this. Sometimes I wake up and I'm super motivated. It doesn't happen a lot, I'll be honest with you. Usually I wake up and I'm like, why am I waking up? I want to go back to bed, like today. But the plan for this video is to take you basically through a day in the life of an N.Y.A.D. It's probably going to be the series that I start doing. Is again, if you are not familiar, N.Y.A.D stands for Not Your Average Dad. Something I am trying to do every single day is not be the average dad, and just focus on my 4 pillars: family, faith, fitness, and finance. So I'll take you through basically a day of what it's like to be an N.Y.A.D. So I'll take you through my 2 training sessions. I'll take you to work. I'll take you through a full day of eating, and then I'll take you through basically what my life looks like when I come home from work and I get to spend it with my family. So it'll be a good day. So for this morning's workout, it was a 4-mile easy run. So goal was to basically keep it in zone 2, which for me, that's basically in between 134 beats per minute to 150 beats per minute. What I like about running on the treadmill is you're able to pick a speed and maintain that speed, which will help you
basically stay in that zone, whatever your goal for the run is, whether it be zone 2, zone 3, anything like that. So for me, I'm able to just set the treadmill at about 6.3, and that will keep me right exactly where I need to be in zone 3 without really having to think about it, which then allows me to kind of just zone out and make the run not as sucky. So that run took me 37 minutes. My average pace was 9:15. My best mile was 8:45. Average beats per minute was 135. So honestly, I probably could have upped it. What I've noticed though is when I do it on the treadmill, if I set it at like 5.7, the first mile is my heart rate's at like 130. So that's why the average heart rate overall was like 135, because the last 3 miles I was sitting at about 146, I think. So now it is currently 6:43. Gonna go inside, make some breakfast. All right, so breakfast looks a little different than what you guys are used to. So I got my protein, got two whole eggs, cup of egg whites, some salt, some pepper. And then for my carbs, I've been doing 2 slices of bread, 20 grams of peanut butter, and then 11 grams of honey. So I kind of switched it up. I'm seeing how my body responds basically to doing a full week of high carb days instead of carb cycling, which you guys are used to. So macros for this meal: 576 calories, 35 grams of protein, 58 carbs, and 21 grams of fat. So this is my breakfast. This is meal 1. I didn't tell you the macros for technically my pre-workout, which had some carbs in it, but basically 100 calories so far. 100 calories and then 24 grams of carbs pre-workout. So I'm gonna eat this, shower, head to work. So just got to work. It is 8 o'clock. Today is what we call in the special education world POG day, which is basically progress of goals. So what I will be doing today is I'm going to be calling out my students on my caseload. I currently have 28 on my caseload, and the goal of today is to basically progress their goals. So one thing I really like about being a special education teacher is you get students on your caseload that you are in charge of, basically setting them goals, tracking those goals, and then making sure they obviously achieve those goals. So for example, it could be a student struggles with writing, it could be he struggles in math, it could be he struggles with communication, advocating for himself. Sometimes we're even technically responsible for setting transition goals for our students. So what life looks like after high school, like what their goals are, whether they go to trade school, whether they go to a 4-year, a junior college, whatever it may be. And I really like that about the special education teachers, because as a gen ed teacher, you don't really, at least when I was in high school, my gen ed teachers never talked to me about setting goals, what goals look like. I didn't learn about goals until I got out of high school and I started reading personal development books. But a lot of these books, they'll say, like, why are we not teaching kids how to set goals, like actually write down the benefits of sitting down, writing them out, and then tracking them to see if you're making progress. Like, that's something that you don't really focus on in school because you have to teach curriculum and meet standards. But when it comes to SPED, that's our job, is basically making sure that our kids are catching up with the rest of the general education. So that is what I will be doing today. I will be calling my students out, looking over their IEPs, working on transition goals with them, math goals, English goals, whatever it may be. Also gives me a chance to check in with my students, see how they're doing with their classes outside of school, any issues they may be having, and really help them in any way they need me to. That is the benefit of being a SPED teacher. So it's 8 o'clock. First period doesn't start until 8:30. That 4 miles is getting to me. I'm only at 7,500 steps. So my goal is to probably get to 10,000, maybe 15,000 steps. I need to get a haircut. My hair is getting out of control. I'm supposed to get one on Saturday, so hopefully I will look like this guy right behind me, Thor. I've had a couple students actually say that I look like Thor or Captain America. I personally, and every time they say that, I'm like, is it because I'm a white guy with a beard and we all look alike? And they usually start laughing. I do give extra credit anytime a student will say I look like Thor, because I mean that's the Thunder God right there. He's a stud. Anyways, I probably should clock in and do some work. All right, so it is currently 9:30. Gonna take about a 5-minute break to eat my, I guess you could say, second breakfast. This is the overnight oats recipe, which you're gonna be seeing me make later in this video because I always make it the night before. Basically 22 grams of protein, 60 carbs, and 6 grams of fat. I will show you what it looks like when it's ready. 12:25 is the time, which means it is time for lunch, which is ground turkey, 6 ounces of ground turkey, I think I said, and then 100 grams of jasmine rice. And then I always put a little bit of ketchup and mustard on top. Kind of makes me feel like I'm eating a hamburger without the bun, and obviously the cheese. But after it's about to be lunchtime, I got 2 more periods. Then I'll head home, and I think I got a back workout today, back and buys. So should get a pretty good pump today. I am curious to see what you guys do for a living. So if you're watching this video, comment below what you do for work. I know I've spoken to some of you guys saying that you want to get into teaching, but I am curious to see what other dads who follow this channel do for a living and like what your schedule looks like. Because I know when it comes to working out and trying to fit in all pillars of NYAD, could be difficult depending on if you're away from home, if you have to commute. Luckily, I don't have to commute for my job. It's literally takes me like 12 minutes to get here, 12 minutes to get home. I literally hop on the freeway, I think go 4 miles or something like that, and then hop off. It's not far at all. Pretty much got no street lights or anything like that I have to go to. So I am very blessed in a lot of ways that I don't have to drive far. So it allows me to have time with my wife and daughter because I'm not spending so much time commuting. Also, having a gym at my house helps out with having extra time for my wife and daughter. But I'd be curious to see what you guys do for a living. So comment below what you do for work, and then like what your schedule looks like, and then also when do you find time to work out. This meal is very simple, but I enjoy it thoroughly. Especially, like I said, I'm eating more carbs to see how my body responds, see how my physique looks when I'm working out in the afternoon. Like I said, right now I'm doing workout, like basically my strength or conditioning pieces in the afternoon, and then my cardio in the morning. And I notice that I feel like I got more of a pump in the afternoon when I work out. I will show you guys what this looks like, and then I'll probably put the macros on the screen for you.
I've only been a nurse for 8 years, but I'm like, I didn't to then, you know, be pushed into.
So I'm texting one of my buddies right now, and I might have someone who's going to do a Spartan race with me on January, debating on either January 25th or 26th. But there is a chance I will be signing up for a Spartan race with him. That's not the one that's scaring me for this 2025 season. I'll explain to you guys soon what I signed up for that I'm absolutely terrified of. But it's 4 o'clock right now. It is about to be the strength session of the day. I just got home from work. So I always get home from work at about 3:30. You saw me mixing up, or I mixed up another scoop of Ultra-Formance for some carbs. And then I did a little bit more of Project 1 for some caffeine and all the other goodies in a pre-workout. I'm gonna sip on this. I'm gonna change real quick, and then Cassie and Adeline just went for a walk. I think she's gonna go play with her friends, so that's usually what her friends across the street. Typically when I get home from work, one of two things is happening. One, they're either taking a nap, so I don't miss out any time while they're sleeping because I work out, and by the time they wake up, then I'm done with my workout and it works out perfectly. Or in a situation like this where she wants to go play with her friends, they'll basically be across the street, she'll be playing with her friends, and then by the time I'm done with my afternoon workout strength session, they'll be coming back home, and then I'll shower, and then we'll basically get into the night, which usually consists of eating dinner together, watching some shows. We actually just started watching Family Matters again, a show from back in the day, but it has a lot of good messages, and it's something that actually Adeline seems to be interested in, shows like that. So we're looking at like watching like Family Matters. We just finished Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. We'll probably watch Boy Meets World again. All the classic shows that they don't make TV like that anymore. There used to be a purpose. There used to be a morals. There used to be values, and every episode had like a lesson or something they were trying to teach. And it was always about like a nuclear family, a dad that worked, a mom that sometimes worked, stayed at home, but also did all her mother duties, and basically just issues and stuff that everyday families deal with. But there was always a message that they got across, and it's very fun to watch those shows because you don't realize how good those shows were, the acting, the messages, like I've said for the 15th time. But we're thoroughly enjoying it, and then actually, like I said, when we're coloring and watching it, Adeline's like sometimes not even coloring, and she's paying attention, and she's like asking like, oh, is that Carl? And like kind of into the actual shows, which is cool. If you guys know of any good family shows, probably from back in the day, comment below, because then maybe when I finish the Family Matters, we'll get into that. But anyways, it's about to be 4 o'clock. I got to change and get this workout in. All right, so for today's back and bicep workout, I started off with back, and the first exercise was going to be 4 sets of 10 pull-ups. Again, I'm doing this as my first exercise to really activate the lats. I'm trying to focus on pulling with my lats, not so much pulling with my biceps. What I've realized is where your hands are placed is key when it comes to activating either your biceps or your lats. If you could see from where my hands are, this placement, I feel like I get the best lat activation. For second exercise, I did bent over barbell rows. I did 15, 12, 12, 10, and then after my set of 10, I jumped straight into a drop set. So I took off the weight, did as many reps as possible. Each set, I increased by a 10 on each side, and then the drop set, I just took off the weight and then started with the same weight I did on my first exercise. Took about 1:15 in between each set. Then for my third exercise, I went back to another lat focus, so I did lat pull down. I did 4 sets of 10 to 12. I increased just once, so I put 10s on each side for the second set, and then since I was able to get 12 on that, I just kept that weight for the remainder 2 sets, and then really focused on, again, activating my lats, not so much trying to engage my biceps. Again, a minute rest in between each of those. After that was done, then I jumped back into basically a back thickness. So I did some dumbbell rows. I did 4 sets of 10. I increased by 10 on each set, and then again, a minute rest in between. What I've noticed is when it comes to dumbbell rows, where your feet are placed, depending on how wide you keep your feet, that's where I feel like I get the best pull and really focus again on stretching that lat and getting that good squeeze. Once that was done, then I jumped into some lat, I call them lat pullovers. Basically, you just get a rope, you need a cable machine, and in this exercise, I'm really focused on getting the squeeze and holding it for like a 1 count at the end of the end of the rep. And again, I did 4 sets of 15, so a little bit more reps. Not so heavy of weight, but again, I'm really focusing on squeezing and activating those lats. You should feel your lats super activated by now. Once that was done, then that was the entire back exercise. So now I jumped into some biceps. I kept it simple, just did some dumbbell curls. I increased each set, minute rest in between, 10 to 12 reps, again, 4 sets. Then once I was done with that, I did dumbbell hammer curls for 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps. You guys can see that I'm keeping it very simple, minute rest in between. Then once I was done with that, I jumped into a bicep superset. So I grabbed the barbell curls. I did 15, 12, 12, 10, increased each set, but in between each set, I supersetted that with basically a rope curl. So I went back to the cable machine and I did as many reps as possible on this. This was like, again, a burnout, just trying to pump as much blood into my bicep as possible since this is the finisher. So that again was 4 sets, 10, 12 reps. And then once I was done with that, I just did burnouts on pull-ups. So I did pull-ups as many reps as possible, waited 15 seconds, as many reps as possible, waited 15 seconds, as many reps as possible, waited 15 seconds, as many reps as possible. So basically 4 sets just to burn out the entire back and your biceps. So it is currently 4:57. That entire workout took me 58 minutes and 50 seconds. All in all, great workout. Now I gotta go inside because Cassie had to leave to take care of some stuff. So there's me and little tuna. So we're gonna get some, I'm gonna make some dinner for us. We're gonna hang out and then I'll start prepping my meals for tomorrow. All right, so time is 6:30. So now what I do every time after I'm done eating dinner, I always prep my 3 meals that I will consume while I'm at work the next day. So I'm gonna walk you through each one of those. So, first meal that I will be consuming is my overnight oats. Gotta get all my supplies. Now for the overnight oats, very simple recipe. You need oats, obviously. So I do half a cup, and obviously right now it is a high carb day. So I do 40 grams of oats, 1 scoop of protein. You can use whatever one you want. Right now I'm using level 1 ice cream sandwich, basically a meal replacement. So I'll do 1 scoop of that. You can use water. I always use almond milk. And I weigh out my almond milk. You know, it's not like I'm counting these calories. I just weigh it out because I like the consistency. So I'll do 130 grams of almond milk. I'll do 1 scoop of level 1. I do a little bit of sugar-free syrup just for some extra taste. This one's not open. And it is, like I said, 6:25 right now. It's 6:27. It doesn't take me that long to do all this. Main reason why, because I do it every single night, so it's very repetitive. N.Y.A.D, are you making an appearance in the video, girl? Did me too. You're okay, girl. Alright, and then I'll rinse off the spoon because I will literally.
And I'm N.Y.A, and I'm very happy to see you. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Alright, so meal, technically this is going to be meal 2 because I'll eat breakfast.
Okay. And I will see you.
Okay, go do your thing. Breakfast will be done in the morning, which will be eggs.
Bye.
So meal number 2, like I said, will be my lunch, or this is going to be meal number 3 that you're about to see. This is the second meal I prep. 100 grams of, check my app. I always use the Phorm app. You could use any app really, Fitness Pal, any of that. So I do 100 grams of jasmine rice and then 5.5 ounces of ground turkey. So I'm gonna get jasmine rice. Shout out to my beautiful bride for making the rice. This is our ground turkey. We made it yesterday. I made it yesterday. So I'm going to do 5.5 ounces of ground turkey. All right, 5.5 on the dot. So that is meal number 2. We're at 5:30, so far I think it's been 4 minutes, I think I said. I'll put this in the fridge along with my oats. Alright, and for this meal, this is technically considered my pre-workout meal. I'll eat this about 3 o'clock right before I come home and work out tomorrow. And this one is very simple Progurt. So it's about 240 grams of yogurt. And then 1 scoop of whatever protein you want. Make sure you don't get it all over yourself like I just did. So this one I'm doing another scoop of level 1 salted peanut butter. Again, you guys can do whatever. Don't even know if that focus. It is what it is. So 1 scoop of this. And then actually what I've been doing for some added carbs right before my workout, since this is a pre-workout meal, I'll do 1 tablespoon of honey, which is basically 21 grams. Adds a nice little sweetener to it and some carbs. And then you mix it up. And that is my 3 meals for tomorrow. I used to eat 5 meals, I think. Now, no, I used to eat like 4 big meals. Now, you will see tomorrow, again, it's a high carb day. I got some cardio planned in the morning. Give me 2 more bites and then you're done. I promise, okay? Then we will take a shower. And just like that, all my meals, 6:33. So it took me all of about 8 minutes to prep all my food for work tomorrow. Yeah, I'll take a shower. I'll give you a shower. So just like that, in 8 minutes, I prepped all my meals for while I'm at work tomorrow. Now the only thing I gotta do, wake up tomorrow morning and basically cook my breakfast, which that's very quick and easy. So typically, Cassie is the one that gives Adeline a shower. That is like their nightly ritual that she loves doing with her. Adeline loves when Cassie gives her a shower. However, Cassie is at the hospital right now. She had to go deal with some stuff that her dad is dealing with. So Adeline asked if I could give her a shower. So this doesn't happen that often. But when it does, it's kind of like a special moment because it's like I never get to partake in this just because I don't know how to do Adeline's hair since all the curls and everything. Cassie has all these remedies that she puts in it that allows her hair to grow very long and be healthy. I don't know how to do all that, if you could tell. I don't have hair like Adeline. But anyways, I'm gonna go give her a shower and then catch up with you guys. I'm coming. So Adeline is showered, I'm showered. And now we get ready for our final activity of the night, which is coloring while watching our shows before I go to bed. And then right when I'm about to go to bed, we play another game, which is basically either Bowser or some type of, she tries to steal where I sleep in the bed, and then I pick her up and throw her on the bed, and then we go round and round until I say, okay, Mom, I have to go to bed. Goal is to try to get to bed by 8:39 at the latest, because tomorrow I have to be up at 4, because I got 9 miles tomorrow, and then legs tomorrow afternoon. So that is a day in the life. Again, you saw basically my entire day from time I wake up to my morning workout to a day at work to when I get home, workout, and then spend time with my daughter. Anyways, I'm gonna go spend some time with Cassie and Adeline before I go to bed, and then I will catch up with you guys next week for a brand new another video. If you like this kind of content, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. I'm trying to get a lot of likes on these certain videos, so even if you're watching these videos and commenting, which I greatly appreciate, make sure you give it a thumbs up, because that helps me out, that helps the channel grow, and at the end of the day, it helps the message grow. So I appreciate you guys, and you guys already know the motto: stay happy, stay healthy, and above all, don't be average. I will catch you guys in the next one.